Thomas vNext. I've got Michael Procker and Max Beeh with me, and we're going to be talking a little bit more about partnering with Microsoft.
So I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Max Beeh. I'm a co-founder and managing partner here at Partner IQ.
I'm Mike Procker. I'm currently Chief Operating Officer at Volato, we're aircraft operator.
And I'm Amanda Sapata, Head of Marketing with Partner IQ. Yeah, so we're a little bit interested about how partnering with Microsoft has shifted over the years, and how did you get there nowadays?
Sure. Well, I started in the BPOS days back in 2006 as a customer, and then switched careers and started becoming a Microsoft partner around 2015. Helped build at Big Green IT, helped build from our first 365 customer up to over $1 million a month in direct CSP revenue, and then we had a successful sale to SourcePass not too long ago. But yeah, did it for quite a while.
Yeah.
How has that changed over the years in partnering with Microsoft?
You know, in the early days, I used to go to events locally in the Bay Area in California, and there wasn't a ton of information. You get whatever you could get off the website, but back then it was really all about showing up to the events. They'd be small partner gatherings, and you just keep going and make your face known. The Microsoft folks would begin to figure out who you were. You get good at it. They start asking you to answer questions for them in the events because you prove you have some product knowledge. You just stay in it and you stay in their face. I think what had already started to change before we got out of it, before we sold the company, was it got so big that you really just had to keep doing it. You had to do the work. You had to follow Microsoft's guidelines. When they tell you that they want you to sell a product or a license specifically that wasn't in your wheelhouse, it doesn't do you any good to just complain about it and not sell that product. Just check the boxes, keep doing what they want you to do, and you could get through it, and you could build a business from scratch, and that could be a significant part of it. I think now it's gotten so hard to get in. So we were a direct CSP as a company with under 30 employees, and at the time we didn't even have a ton of revenue. I don't think you can do that anymore. And I think now, companies like yours didn't even exist when I was doing it. There wasn't a need for it, but the partner ecosystem wasn't nearly the size that it is today. And I've had other friends of mine that were only a couple years behind me, other MSPs and folks that just waited a little bit longer to get into the partner space, and the journey was far more difficult with them. None of them were able to successfully become a direct CSP. They were just trying to decide which distributors program. Did they want to go, Paxate or Cinex or Tech Data? There's so many people out there competing for that business, and it's like, we'll pay you 10%, we'll pay you 8%, we'll pay you 11%, and just what they have to, the choices they have to make, and how they decide among all those different ways to go. I was fortunate that we were early and ahead of the curve and didn't have to do as much of that. But now it's kind of bewildering.
Yeah, it's you really do need that roadmap, that blueprint of how to partner with Microsoft, and kind of ticking all the KPIs that are important to Microsoft, and then also just, like you said, being present, being there at events like this, having personal contacts and relationships with folks within the industry, and then also letting them know, how do I help you?
Yeah.
How do I take problems off of your desk?
Yeah. The partner managers, they see your numbers, they see your licenses, they really want to see whatever they're getting screamed at that particular month from their higher ups on.
Yeah.
How come you're not selling, Skype for Business licenses? How come you're not selling this? And so it really matters. If you go to your partner manager, I don't even know if they still call them that, but if you go to your partner manager and ask them, what are you struggling with? And they're getting yelled at from above about something.
Right. They have quotas they need to hit.
Absolutely. And if you're the guy that will go out there and make some phone calls and turn up a couple of people on Business Central or something that's outside of your wheelhouse, but it helps them hit their numbers,
Sure.
That goes a long way. And they will have to make decisions at some point in time on who they keep in the program and who they don't.
Right.
For us, it was always staying direct versus getting kicked down to a distributor. And
right.
that may be different now, but still, the overall concept is the same. If you want Microsoft to help you build your business, you've got to work with the people and the relationships that can help help them help you help them. You know what I
So
mean? There's a lot of
is
back and forth.
consistency required too? I mean, we hear about organizations that will do the stops and starts, right? I mean, it's kind of, from what we've experienced, and you can give us certainly your perspective, we feel like they kind of go all the way back to square one, when there's that stop. Is that your experience as well?
I don't know. We never stopped.
Yeah.
I mean, but definitely consistency is a thing. In our company, we had other business that we did as well. Shortly after, so I came into that company. It was about a year old. It was a more traditional VAR integrator selling a lot of equipment, and they had one big customer that had just recently switched to 365. And so rather than kind of learn about the partner ecosystem from scratch, I met them at one of those events that I was talking about. I was sitting in front of them at one of those events, and we were talking. I was listening, and it's like, I know that customer you sold that to, and I was working for another company at the time that back in the telecom days, and they weren't interested in doing the Microsoft thing.
Yeah.
And I just turned around and said, do you want to build this from scratch? You just hire me, and I'll build it for you. And lo and behold, they did.
Yeah.
So back to being consistency and being at those events. I mean, that got me a job, and that also got that company to the point where they were able to build a partner business to where they eventually, they didn't stop becoming an integrator, we didn't stop selling hardware, but it wasn't our focus anymore. When that business was sold to SourcePass, all the value was in the Microsoft partnership. Everything we had built from leads coming from Microsoft,
Right.
deal flow, to the actual license revenue, to the actual what you really want at the end of the day, which is the professional services that you can build around the Microsoft model. Microsoft is not going to make you rich, but they can absolutely enable you to get there in order to build your own business and show your value as an MSP or as an integrator or whatever flavor that we can want to call yourself. They can give you what you need as it is legitimate. And, for us, it was being a gold partner, and I know that's all changed with competencies and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day when you were working on this, there weren't organizations like Partner IQ that would kind of help and coach you through the process of what you need, what matters to Microsoft, how to speak to Microsoft, what's their current objectives, and how does that organization align to it.
I had to figure it all out on my own.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of jealous that somebody gets to come to you guys and just have you tell them. Would have been nice.
It's interesting you say the word tell. We like to think that we are a hands-on organization, and we do the work with you. There are a lot of organizations out there that do similar work to us. We feel like they're more directors than doers. So, for instance, if you're having difficulty with your Microsoft Marketplace offering, we'll help build that with you.
Sure.
We're not going to tell you how to do it. We're going to show you how to do it with you, hand in hand. So, a little commercial for us there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
A little commercial for the old Partner IQ. Yeah. Notice our logo here. Thank you.
And here.
Yeah, and right here.
Where's mine? What the heck?
Oh, here you go, stickers.
I was looking for the vest.
Oh, okay. We'll hook you up. All right. Well, Michael, what is it that you're doing now?
So after we got out of that and sold that business to SourcePass, actually a friend of mine back from the telecom days, he had started a private aviation company called Volato. It's a fractional. We fly the Honda jet. We're the largest operator of Honda jets in the world. Okay. And I knew nothing about airplanes, but we had run businesses together before. He called me up and we jumped into it. That was just a little over 2 years ago now. Private aviation is pretty cool if you can afford to do it. Most people can't, myself included. But it's a fun industry. One thing that we did that's more related to this industry is we created an app in-house called Vaunt. The website is Flyvaunt.
How do you spell that?
The website is Flyvaunt, Fly, V as in Victor, AUNT. And what that is in our industry, there's always these, we call them empty legs, basically flights that are flying to go pick up a paying passenger.
Right.
And those normally go empty, and it costs thousands of dollars an hour to move a jet airplane, regardless of if there's anybody on it or not. So we have an app that runs on your phone, and you can scroll through the available flights. It's a subscription model, so for $9.95 a year, you can.
That's $995.
$900, yeah, not $10, $1,000, $1,000 a year. You can enter to get on those wait lists for as many flights as you want, and there's no additional charges if you get any of them. and you can scroll through. You can download the app and look at available flights. That's free. You don't even have to register or anything. Email address.
That's great.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool because I know I've been able to take my kids on flights and be able to do stuff that most people never get a chance to fly private. And this is an opportunity for just the regular people to do it. It's
So the Honda jets that you operate, can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure.
What's the range? What's the speed? What's the
Yeah.
capacity for the
Absolutely. It's a 4-passenger aircraft. Some of them, well, we can get 5 on all of them if you don't mind sitting in the bathroom. But it is
Who doesn't?
Yeah, exactly. It's fine. It is a class-leading aircraft as far for a very light jet. It's the most comfortable. It's the quietest. It has the most legroom. It has more legroom than a lot of competing 8-seater aircraft. And if you're flying less than 2.5 hours, it's really the perfect plane for those smaller regional missions. A lot of our customers, they use larger aircraft to go farther, but they might be running back and forth between Central Florida and Atlanta for commuting for business, or up and down the East Coast, or Vegas to the Bay Area, or LA to Vegas. Those are all perfect Honda jet routes, and it is absolutely the best, the most efficient, the most cost-effective to run. I mean, it's a Honda.
Yeah.
And it's really perfect for that mission.
That's great. That's great.
That's really cool. And I know you and I talked about taking your pets with you too.
Oh yes, absolutely. That is
added perk,
the
right?
number one question that we get asked. It's like, how far will the plane go? How much does it cost? Like, no. Can I bring my dog? Yes, you can bring your dog.
That's fantastic.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yep. All right, let's go. Let me see.
Where are we
let's
going?
See, coming out of Denver. Let's look at the app. I don't see anything out of Denver today. Oh well, maybe tomorrow.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Nice. All right.
Well, thank you so much for the time and,
Yeah,
and the
thank you.
perspective for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a different world. I mean, I
is.
I kind of grew up in that same time frame, and boy,
Yep.
yeah.
Well,
Times have changed.
we're a customer now. It's why I'm at the show, is because I have my IT guy with us here, and I love this community. And I'm here. Literally, he's doing all the work. I'm just working in the hotel room, and
Sure.
got a chance to run into you guys. So.
Well, thank you again for the conversation last evening, and then for the time here today.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
You bet.